Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Antonio, back with another video for the family today. Gotta get that walk in and release some stress, get in tune with nature and things like that. We got all the dragons. I think I'm scaring all the Florida habitat. The Florida habitat. Oh man. So hopefully everybody is, like I like to say, manifesting okay, doing things in a proper context, and being safe about the things that they do. So what I wanted to talk about today is all the spiritual leaders, or all the people that have a message out there. All the financial gurus and professors out there that's working on their special projects and tasks and goals and things like that. Anyone that has vision and, they're constantly working on, themselves. Time is of the essence, of course. You can't do everything all yourself, and Rome wasn't built in a day, so don't worry about doing everything yourself. The knowledge that you impute into the people is definitely going to help push your agenda and the overall agenda of the collective consciousness forward. Hopefully we teach our children to sort out their differences and the things that are important and are not important. But yeah, everyone is or should be doing their part. You can be, I'm 34 years old. I spoke about my testimony of being saved, being blessed at 17 years old, thinking that I was going to die, but being able to double my lifespan to an additional 17 years and 34 years old. So hopefully we can double that lifespan. Hopefully I can live another 34 years. So this is just my message and my word to the wise. Things come with time. You're still, even if you're 45 or 50 years old, you're still a young man. You still have a long way to go. I encourage you to keep living your best life and living up to the best potential, your best potential. Again, we have a mission, we have goals, we have destinies and fates that are drawn out for us, that are laid out for us. We charge forward towards them, or we spend a lot of time trying to figure things out. But those that are smart and intelligent and they listen to their gut. Some may call it spirit, some may call it God. Someone, you just have to be in tune. So it's not really a spiritual lecture or anything like that. Just saying, go for your dreams, man. Shoot for your dreams. If there's wrongs in the world that you need to right those wrongs. And again, your goals, man. Make sure you also are doing something that helps you get peace of mind at the end of the day. That's going to give your children something to be proud about, your grandchildren something to delve into, and so on and so forth. Man, the things that you do today is going to help people. If you're fighting for social justice, or if you're fighting for reparations, or if you're fighting for religion or spiritual freedom and things like that, or just fighting for a survival, out in the streets and things like that. The waters as well can get bloody. There's sharks out in the deep end. So, just be safe. Like I said, manifest properly. I'll be speaking about manifestation. It's all about what you think, what you say, and what you do, and how you propel your ideas. But no, again, you can be 48, 49 years old, barely a half a century. Don't think that you're old or that you're played out. Nah, man, there's a lot of older folks that's actually in tune, man. A lot of these trends and a lot of these fashions, they go away and they come back around. So as long as you keep your pulse on the people, Spur, he's in the grass walking around. Bro, you have wings, bro. You can just get up and fly. But yeah, man, stick to your mission, stick to your goals, stick to your ideas. We're in a new day. Now is the best time than ever, with the internet and things like that. People are communicating. Communication leads to understanding. Ideas and thoughts can get across more easily in a more simplified way. If we need to dialogue, have a roundtable conversation, we can do that. Your leaders should be interchangeable. You know, you shouldn't have one leader. You should have a few leaders. In my religion or my culture from past lives, there were councils of leaders. You know, it wasn't just one person. And yeah, man, bask in it, man. This is a new age, man. The ideas and the feelings that you have, you know, they take on a life of itself. It's, you know, that's manifestation. That's propelling things forward. But yeah, man, continue with your life path. You're 48, and guess what? Someone that's lived 95 years old still thinks you're a young man. Still thinks you're a spry young fellow. So at 50 years old, guess what? Double your lifespan. All you got to do is eat right and exercise, and you can double your lifespan. We want you guys to live to 100 years old, especially our elders and our leaders that know what they're talking about and have the right mind frame and inspire the rest of us. And guess what? Being optimistic about living another 50 years old, if you're already 50, we're living in a new age of technology. Technology is at least going to add another 25 years onto your lifespan. Once we get to 2050, remember cell phones. Like, people were afraid to have touchscreen cell phones because they were afraid to drop their phones. We were just using flip phones less than 15 years ago. Like, people didn't even have cell phones like that in high school. Like, you had to be like, in high school, if you had a cell phone, like, you were G. Like, we didn't do nothing but freaking download ringtones and call people on, well, that's what you do on the phone, right? But nowadays you have so much technology in the palm of your hand. The lantern, the Prometheus fire, you just have to use it in the proper context. People can't sit around and be like, my life is in shambles. You're just speaking a curse over your life. You're saying my life is in shambles. That's just like people going around saying good morning to each other all the time. You're putting a spell on people. You're putting a mourning curse on people. I never knew that you can be happy and be mourning at the same time. Like, just say good day to people, or say something other than just say hello. Don't say good morning to people. Just words and things like that. Like, even the word spelling itself, morning, how often do you use it other than the context of saying good morning to somebody? I don't have another use for that word. So yeah, I'm not using that word as often as I used to. But yeah, that was my my rambling on of today. Yeah, man, 50 is not, it's not young, but it's not old. You know, again, I perceive anything under 50 to be young, and then we move up to 80s. Once you're in your 60s to 90s, that's middle-aged. And then when you're really can't move anymore, you need assistance with things, 90 to 100, 120, that is old age. That should be considered old age. It's just, we have to live our lives in a way that is with integrity, basically, and not charge your own self to the game. Don't sacrifice your own self for foolish things. You know, you're supposed to get better as you get older. You know, I don't make the joke that men age like wine and women age like milk. I mean, even though the proof is in the pudding, and you can't really mix aged wine with aged milk. But yeah, in regards to manifestation, I explained it before in the past. It all involves what you can perceive around you and the resources you have around you, your willpower, your endurance, your strength. You know, how much of the world you're able to shake up. Your vibrational frequency will help you attract and reflect things as well. So it starts in the mind. Whatever you can dream up, whatever you can perceive, you know, whatever you're constantly dreaming of, whatever you're studying, the new knowledge that you acquire to help you form new ideas, thoughts, and you know, patterns and things like that. Going into speech patterns, new vocabulary, new words, new spells, new spellings. You know, generating new ideas and things like that. So it starts in the mind, and it goes to and then it goes into language. and how you're able to communicate your ideas to people that can help you out with those things or not. So speaking helps boost the manifestation of your thoughts. And then we really get into the reasons why angels kind of hate us is because we have physical bodies. That is the ultimate manifestation tool. Your hands, the garden, managing, Adam and Eve were to manage the Garden of Eden, manage the earth. They were put on this planet with all of this life, and they were to manage things. Even God created the world. He fashioned it in the way of a garden. But yeah, it's all in doing. It's all in your hands. That's how you really boost the power of manifestation. When you think of something, that's amazing. You're able to think of something. That's like being an architect. I took architecture in high school. And before you can get to building a building, you have to outline it, the interior, and outline the exterior. So those are your thoughts. Your thoughts are very powerful. Anything that you can think of, you can create. Anything you can imagine, you can attain. Think outside of the box. Human beings can fly inside of an airplane or a hot air balloon, or if they build some winged suit. And yes, in esoteric practices, people will be able to fly one day once they train their bodies and train their mental and be more in tune with the energies around them, being able to create their own gravitational fields, being in tune with their own personal aura and vibrational field and things like that. This isn't that far off. So again, anything that you can perceive in your mind and you're able to communicate it to other people, get that understanding. Tesla had to communicate. He needed funding. He needed to be able to communicate his ideas. Just like Eli, he has to be able to communicate his ideas with the people around him. Like, there's an issue when a genius can't express his ideas to other geniuses, and we can't get nothing done then. So you have to be able to think up these things. You have to be able to communicate them to people around you so that people have an understanding, and then you can actually, it's the law of correspondence. And then, of course, the doing part, which is the best part. It takes the most effort, inertia, speed, force, power, movement. Keep the energies flowing. When you do something, you're increasing the manifestation power of something. So if you think to yourself, I want $1 million, that's a great thought to have. You were able to think up the idea of, everything that comes with wanting $1 million, freedom, all these other things, change, diamonds and jewels, all that other stuff, peace of mind, wanting to leave something free, everything that comes with $1 million. Okay, so I want $1 million. And then you start to communicate it to people around you. Sometimes you don't even need to communicate these things to people around you, because again, manifestation starts in the mind, and then it goes, and then there's doing. So you want to cut out the middleman in a sorts. When it comes to spirituality and religion, most people don't need pastors and these preachers. You don't even need a book. The book is the middleman. You are the book. That's why I have a problem with evangelists out here carrying around books, and they're spouting all these things to people, and it's like, you don't even need the book to do that. If you were really enlightened, you wouldn't need the book. You are the book. It's encoded in your DNA. But yeah, that's me ranting about manifestation. You're able to think up a million possibilities, a million different things. As a Libra, I see things and from so many different perspectives, so many different outcomes. It's like that moment in the MCU where Doctor Strange needed to use the time stone to figure out how he's going to stop Thanos, and he's like, "Oh, I went to 1 million different dimensions, and we only won it once." That's how I think. I think from so many different angles, and then I try to communicate those things. It gets kind of frustrating sometimes, but we are learning people. Mankind is still young, very primitive. So it takes a while, but there's gonna be a lot of blossoming abundance. Bro, man ran over a whole coconut. But yeah, and then of course the doing part, the third part of manifestation. The force and power of it. The moving, the action. You want to get a 2 weeks paycheck? What do? You have to work for 2 weeks. You have to put in that 80 hours. Manifestation. Again, you know, it's as simple as that, you know. And encourage yourself to think outside of the box. Keep a clear channel and an open mind. You never know when inspiration strikes. Be safe, you guys. That's going to be it for this video today. You already know. About to get ready to go in the house. Maybe do some reading for you guys. What you think? Later.